Hello and welcome to your Jayco Eagle 29.5 BHDS. Gonna start right up front. This is where your batteries would be. If you do decide to get a second one, you can place it right up there. Moving around to your propane tank here, you have this one and then one on the opposite side as well. So right here is gonna be your reader. So at the moment it's red. It will flip to green once you have a steady flow of propane going through. But this chooses your supply. If you push it to the right here, it'll take the supply from this hose or this side here. And if you do decide to flip it over to the other side, take it from this propane hose, that takes it from the other tank. All you gotta do is turn the propane tank on, and then that will then flick to green, just like that. Moving inside here, we're gonna have your battery disconnect. So your battery disconnect, once you turn it to off, it cuts off all power from the inside of your camper from your batteries. So as of right now, since there's no batteries hooked up, it's not gonna work as properly. But when it's out, you have a little metal clip there, goes right in that little notch. Please focus. It'll go right in that notch there. Go on and you press and then turn, and then it will then pop it right back on. Moving up to your auto leveling controls. So for this portion, to turn it on, you just click the up and down arrows at the same time. You can move them up, you can move them down. You can click auto level, which I'm not going to click at the moment because it's gonna kind of move everything around. But all that auto leveling button does is, if you're on some slopes or whatnot, it'll just auto level out your camper, so it's going to be as stable as it can be. And then hitch height. So let's say you get to a campground, you unload everything and you click auto level. Your auto level, it'll go to whatever. When you click hitch height, it'll remember what height it was at before you clicked auto level. So for example, you click hitch height, it'll go right back to wherever it was, to where your truck brought it into. And then once it's all hooked up, you can click retract all, and then that'll move all of the legs up, and then you'll be able to then leave. Moving on to your water system here, starting off with the hot cold side of your outside shower here. Let's get this out the way. Alright, so moving on to your water heater bypass valve. So I'm not going to mess with this at the moment because it is currently winterized, so you are going to need that in the bypass position. But otherwise, when you are going to want to use your water heater, all you do is put it into normal, or it should say, you can see behind there. I don't know why it's not focusing for me, but yep, so that'll just be the normal way. Turn it that way, you can use your water heater, whatever. But as soon as you want to put antifreeze through it, make sure it's completely empty and then put it to bypass so no antifreeze will get inside of that water heater. Moving down to your actual water system here. So starting off with the cables here. So you have satellite, aux, and cable. That's just going to be for your TVs and whatnot inside. This is going to be black tank flush. So when you put a pressurized hose inside of there, all that does is activate a sprinkler inside your black tank. You're going to have a black tank and a gray tank. Your black tank is going to be toilet water. So that's why the black tank has a flush, because toilet paper will get stuck on the way out. And then you recommend doing that, emptying your black tank, leaving it open, doing your black tank flush, and then going ahead once it's all done, close this up, take the hose out and everything, and go ahead, close up your black tank and then open your gray tank. Right down here, this is going to be your water system. So you have sanitized, tank fill, dry camp, winterize, and city water. So this will be for sanitize and winterize, and then this will be for city water. So for example, like I said, if you're going to winterize, all you do is pop this off, make sure it's in the winterizing position, insert your hose into there, and then go ahead and turn on your water pump, which is right there, and that'll just suck antifreeze through. But you're gonna have to go through a lot of precautions beforehand, like empty out all of your water through showers, sinks, outside shower, toilet even. Make sure there's no water left completely drained out. And then you can go ahead, insert a hose into there, put that into a jug of antifreeze, and then go ahead and turn your pump on. Otherwise, going forward with like your city water, when you get to a campground, all you do is pop this off, insert that campground hose into here, and then that hose will then give water to you. Otherwise, once again, tank fill. If you want to fill up your tank, all you do is push this down, and you can go ahead, insert a hose into one of these slots, and then go ahead, fill up that pump or the tank. Once it's in there, you can go ahead, turn on your pump, and that pump will take water from your tank and push it through your lines. Here's going to be your black and grays. So like I said, black is going to be your toilet water. So all you do is pull that, it'll drain out, and then you have your 2 gray tank flushes, well not flushes, but pulls here to then empty your gray tanks. So once again, I recommend doing the black tank first, black tank flush, and then going ahead and doing your gray tanks. Moving on, this is going to be your camp power or your shore power here. Gonna go around the bowl. All right, starting here, this is going to be your furnace exhaust. When your furnace is on, all the excess heat will then kick out of here and make this very hot. So if you have any little kids or someone who may not know, just let them know, do not touch this because they will get burned. There we go. So this is going to be your water heater. So your anode rod is currently in there, but all that is a 1 1/16 socket. It's about a rod about, I'd say, yay long. Stick that inside there before you put any water through it, and then what that does is that takes the beating instead of your tank. So all the hard water will eat at that and not your tank. So over time that will deteriorate because it is getting beat up. So you will have to switch it out every now and then. But otherwise, all you got to do to turn this water heater on, make sure that's in, take a 1 1/16 socket, make sure it's tight. Once it's in there, go ahead to the inside of your camper, turn on the hot side of your faucet. Once that hot side has a steady flow and is not sputtering because of all the air getting pushed out of the tank, then you can go ahead, flip it on the inside, use it however you'd like. To empty it, all you do is pull this pressure release valve. You can hear it kind of hiss just like that, so I'm not going to keep going. All you do is hold that, it'll hiss. Once it's done hissing, and like I said, no more hissing, go ahead, take your socket, pull this out, and then all the water will drain right out of there. All right. Moving forward, you're gonna have your low point drains just underneath here, right up top there. So that will help when winterizing. All you do is I guess not unplug, but turn those little knobs there, and then that knob will then open up the hot and cold points of the drains. That's the lowest point, so that'll then help kind of get all the water out. Here's gonna be your sewer port, so that connects with those in there. Storage back here. Another gray tank there. So again, it's just a pull that, and then it'll drain out of there. Here's your ladder. It's rated for 250 pounds. And then you will have a backup camera prep. So if you do decide to purchase a backup camera, all I do is buy one of those, and it goes right there. Moving to the back here. Be careful because that flings up pretty fast. I don't want you being right here and getting hit in the head. So moving in, you're gonna have your sink here, and then your fridge lights here. Once again, be careful. Don't want it flinging back up on you. This is going to be the back of your refrigerator if you ever need to access it. Outside speaker, and then fresh tank, low point drain right there. All you do is open that little tab right there, pull that, and it'll drain out to that. Coming to your fridge and your stairs. Go ahead and open it up. Make sure your door is completely open. These are on a hydraulic system, so they will come down kind of slow. You want to adjust the legs as needed because you do want this to be completely flush with the metal piece there. Because if it's not and you go to slam your door, it'll actually ruin the bottom of your door. You have under lights here. And inside here, you need both hands for this. This is going to be the other side. Right up in here, cable, satellite TV input. And then you're gonna have your starter pack. So you're gonna have your sewer hose, your 50 to 30, 30 to 50 adapter there, your 110 adapter here, and then you're gonna have a drinking hose. Moving on from that, this is going to be your other propane tank. Same thing here. And then if you do, also once again with that backup camera, it will go here, so you will have a side view. And 110 outlets just above it, right there. And then for your awning, you will have a little black piece right on top there. That black piece, if that ever does electrically go out, you can pop that little black tab off, insert a tool, and actually manually override it to move it back in or out. Moving to the inside of your camper here, you're gonna have 3 switches, left main there, middle, and then your awning light. Or you can do all 3 just by tapping here. This turns on all of your lights. You can do just these indoor ones. Then you can use 2 to do the outdoor ones as well. This is going to be your Jayco command. So this has everything you're gonna need right inside of here. So you can go between AC, you can switch it between the different modes. You can keep going. Settings, pair device, you can do your phone to it. Go through advanced temperature unit. Tanks, so it tells you how full your fresh tank is, your black tank, and your gray tanks. The reason why there is fluid in there is because of the antifreeze. Also, you can turn your water pump on from in here, gas and electric portion of your water heater. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, I recommend just doing the gas. If you're hooked up to shore power, I'd recommend just doing the electric. Or you can do both if you're hooked up, does not matter. And then the motor's awning, which I'll do right here. I'll extend it. I can't really get it out that far, but I will show you what's starting to extend. That's about as far as I can get as of right now. But the one main thing that you're going to want to pay attention to is when you do start to get fully extended, this little gray flap will kind of fall down, and then you will be able to see the black bar sitting on right behind it. To pitch it for the rain, it's going to be kind of hard because once again it's not fully extended. All you do is grab here, bend at the elbow, and then it'll go down, but as of right now it's kind of coming back at us. But all you do is pull, it'll go down, and the rain will then slide off. And then for the slides, I'm gonna open this up here. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see, but it's gonna be this slide portion here. also forgot to move your awning back in, so I'm going to do that here in a minute. And then your slide too. Oh, let's retract. Yeah, also that scary noise, that is normal. It just means you're fully extended. So don't be afraid if you do hear that noise. Same thing on the way out. Moving down here, you can have all of your breakers and fuses. It's all going to be labeled like a house. And I do recommend bringing extra fuses just in case, but that's just a personal recommendation. You can do whatever you want. You can pick them up at any auto parts store. So for example, like an AutoZone or whatnot. Moving into your bathroom, you're going to have your lights here. Main lights, well not main lights, mirror lights, bathroom little blue light, and then the next one is going to be your main lights. For the fan, turn it on right here and move this up or down, open or close. That's what I meant. For this, all this is a foot flush. You are going to need toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. The toilet paper will help break down solids. Well, the toilet paper will help break down so it won't clog your lines, and then the solution will help break down solids and smells. For your bedroom, grab the little wood part underneath and lift up. The hydraulics will kick in and you can access your space underneath here. Which lights are here. It's just like a little button. It's not like an actual switch, if that makes sense. And then moving on to the television bracket, so you can mount a TV, and then everything here, 110 outlets, cable, satellite, and just plug in. Right down here, you're going to have your carbon monoxide detector. So this all green light indicates that it's on. And this is always going to be on as a safety feature, even if your battery disconnect is off. So what I do recommend is if you do decide to leave your camper for about 4 days, just go ahead and take the negative end off of your battery, because then this will finally die. So once again, still green light indicates that it's on. This is always on as a safety feature. So if you're gonna leave your camper for about 4 days, just go ahead and take the negative end off of your battery. Moving on to your keys here. For these lights, button. Microwave here. This up. Let's show you it works. Fan, light. And then for your stove, you can turn the lights on here. There's no actual propane going through it, so it's not going to light. But you press, turn to the pilot symbol, then you spark to the right, and then these will ignite themselves. Same thing, you just press, turn, ignite, and then adjust. For your oven, press, turn to the pilot. You're gonna have to hold it there for a while. But right behind there, that little silver thing, that is going to be your igniter. So you're gonna wanna hold on that pilot symbol and keep sparking to the right until a tiny little flame appears. It's not gonna be a first try type thing, just because there's not gonna be gas burst through the system right away. So do not be discouraged. But all you do, once again, pilot, keep sparking until it ignites. You always also wanna turn to the right, because if you turn to the left, it will snap off. Moving over to this, your sound bar. Hold the turn on. You can select, oh, one moment. All right, tap to turn on. You can select the difference here, so you can do equalizer, so bass, treble, balance. Go through mode, so TV, DVD, Bluetooth, radio, mute, raise volume, lower volume. Zone 1, inside speakers. Zone 2, outside speakers. And once again, hold to say goodbye. HDMI, USB there. And for your space heater, press the on button there. Oh my gosh. And then moving down to your space heater, tap to turn on. You can adjust your temperature with this. Low fan speed, high fan speed, color, and then the time, which you can move all the way up to 5 hours. Lights here. And then in your bedroom, which also have lights that you can press to turn on. Once again, TV bracket location, they have everything you need for it. And all of that. Door. When you do go to leave, make sure it is completely fastened in. Goes right up top there. And otherwise, that has been your orientation. I hope you all enjoy.